Welcome back to Kishorelytics and I am Kishore. In this video, we are diving into something exciting called the string functions. So, what is meant by string? Strings are the most commonly used and powerful data type in the Python. So there are a lot of string functions in the Python. So I made a deep research about the string functions and I categorized about the string functions into 6 categories. So what are the 6 categories? So in this video we are diving into 6 categories, and the 6 categories are the type, math, transformations, and cleaning, validation, searching the strings. So let me discuss about the 6 categories in the detail in the video. So I don't take much time of you guys. So sit back and relax. Get started in the video. Hi friends, in this video we are diving into the string functions. So what is meant by the string? Strings are most commonly used data type in Python, and it is most powerful. I can categorize the string functions into 6. So what are the 6 types? Let me tell in the detail. So the 6 string functions are classified into 6 types, and the 6 types are: first the types and math and transformations and cleaning, search and validations. In types, we discuss about the type of the data and what the type of the data, and we want to convert the data type into the string functions. That comes in the types. And let me discuss about the type functions in the detail. So in this session, we are telling only the types and what are the types inside the types. That's only we are in this session. Let me discuss the sessions in the next session. Okay. In the math type, there are 2 types of section: len, count, and transformation. In the transformation, we are discussing about the replace and concatenation, split, and string multiplication and extraction functions. And in the cleaning types, we are discussing about the clean white space and clean cases. And in the string types, we are discussing about the start with and end with, find, and in category. And in the validation functions, is alpha, is numeric. So mathematical function is used for the mathematical operations, and the transformation functions is used for the transforming the data from one type of the data to the another type and converting the one string into the another string. Cleaning, in the real world scenario, there are a lot of messy messy strings in the data. So we want to clean the data. So that comes the string. And so in the set functions, if you want to find the word in the string, that comes as set functions. And we want to validate the function. For example, user validation is mainly used in the web development. Okay, there are many types of the string functions, but these are the important functions that can be often used more widely in data, websites, web development, and many things at all. So let me discuss about each function in detail. The strings are the most powerful and commonly used data types in Python. A string is a sequence of the character enclosed in that single quotes or the double quotes. It may be the single quotes or in the double quotes. If the string or the sequence of the characters inside the single quotes or the double quotes, that may be called as the strings. And strings are the immutable. It means once we created the string, they cannot be modified. Means if you want to modify the string, it can be creates a new string. So that is meant by the immutable. Immutable means we discuss about the tuple that is immutable. So strings are the immutable and tuples are the immutable. Little tips, quick tips to the subscribers and anything. Who are watching this video, quick tip is that tuple is also a immutable function and string is also immutable. Once we create it cannot be modified. If you want to modify, let's create the new string. That's the most powerful and commonly used data type in the Python. So the real world life examples of the strings are: we are categorized the name, that is string. Kishore is a string. And if you speaking the sentence or anything at all, that's a string. And the file part, that's a string. And there are many types of the examples of the string functions. Like we discuss about the JSON keys, HTML tags, and more. And we discuss about the anything is a string function. Okay. So why we want to learn string functions, right? There are many types of the functions. Why specifically string functions is most powerful, and why we want to learn many things. In real world applications like data cleaning, user validations, search and replace, text analytics, and mastering the string functions, it allows you to manipulate the text efficiently and correctly. Mastering string functions often allows you to manipulate the text efficiently and correctly. If you want to data clean, removing the extra spaces, for example, removing the extra spaces from the string, and when the user enter the spaces, if you want to remove the extra spaces, there comes the strip functions. So there are many. If you want to user validation, check if the input is a number, check if the input is a uppercase, check if the input is a lowercase. There comes the user validation. Search and replace functions. And for example, replacing a files, replacing the keywords in the files, and in the keywords, there comes a, for example, let's take a file, and the file there are, so okay, for example, let's take a PDF, that PDF booklet your teacher was sending during the examination, that comes to 1,000 pages. If you want to the specific topic, you go in that Google Drive, that search, you are there in search functions, that comes as search functions. If you want to put the keyboard in the search function, that's listed under the below. So that's an example for the search and the replace. And in the text analytics, counting the word frequency, counting the length of the character, there comes the string methods. String is the most powerful and widely used data types in the Python. So mastering the string functions is lot of benefits for you. So I will putting the video for mastering the string functions. So let's dive into the string function. I categorize the string function into 6 types. So that 6 types are discussed about the previous first session, and in this session we are discussing about the detail of the string functions, and in the next session we are discussing about the string functions with the examples. Without practical knowledge, we can't be able to survive in the real world. So first, categories of the string functions. To make it easier, we divide the string functions into functional groups. Okay, there are a lot of string functions, and I made a research under it, and I categorized the string functions into 6 types, and these 6 types are widely often used in the string functions. So what are the categories, Kishore? I made a deep research and for giving you a better result for you guys. So subscribe to the Kishorelytics channel. So lot of videos are waiting for you, and let's discuss about the later. So what are the categories, Kishore, and what are the purpose, Kishore? So the type function is used to identify or convert the data types. If you want to convert the data type into another data type, that convert the data type into the string functions, that comes the types. And identify what type of the data type is the string, what type of data is the in the data type. So there comes the type functions and mathematical functions. In the mathematical function, there are a lot of mathematical operations performed in the string. So basically, often used string functions are length and count. For length, how many length of the character, and count how many particular character in the string. Okay, transformation modify the strings. So for cleaning purpose and for cleaning the demo space, white spaces, change cases, right? Change search is used to locate or verify the substrings. Validation is used to check the content format. Okay, fine. So let me discuss about the type functions in the detail. So you can understand type function in detail, and you can able to understand widely. Okay, fine. What is mean by type functions? What is mean by type function? Let me discuss about the detail. Type. I used this function in the first video itself to search what type of data in the container. So there comes a type function. I used this type function in the first video. So that comes out of the string function. So first type of the string function is type. It is used to check the data type of any variable. If you want to check the what kind of the data inside the variable, that comes as string for type function. So it is used to check the data type of any variable. And second function is string function. Convert other data types like int, float, decimal, like etc. into the string format. It is useful for combining with the other text. Okay, if you want to convert the one type of like int, float, and anything at all, that can be comes with the string function. Into the string function, if you want to convert the string functions, there are the simple keyword, that is the string. The Python offers only the inbuilt functions with easy and like 3 or 4 letters. We can able to remember the string function easily. In Java, there is a for string functions there is a inbuilt model like string builder. We want to import the string builder, and there are many lines of we want to write the many lines of the code for using these string functions. So in Python, that comes a simple that made a simple. So we choose the Python as the programming languages. And Python can be used various platforms, like building a ChatGPT is built with a Python, and for Python is a grooming what can we do, right? Python is a grooming language, so that can be used widely all over the world. For building a ChatGPT is there comes the Python. For large language model there use the Python. For data types there comes the use the Python. For building the website there in the backend for there comes the Python. So Python has a very small models. For example, like the various models for the pandas, numpy, scipy, skitelearn. For building the machine learning purpose there comes the skitelearn. And pandas for data cleaning, and numpy is for the mathematical operations. And there are many type of models inside the Python. So Python is a powerful and most used all over the world. So let me talk about the content. Talk out of the content. So that is important, right? So string functions, converting the data type into the another data type, there comes a string function. Use cases. If you want to the login errors by converting the error code into the string. If you want to create the error code to the string, there comes the use cases of this type functions. So let's get the examples of the type functions and discuss about the later sections in the section. Okay, I already written the code. For the length of the for giving the length of the video is length less of this video. So for string functions, Python string functions is the example. The first type are. I am using the Jupyter notebook as a Python compiler. You can download it by you watching the Jupyter notebook for in the YouTube. You can download from the Python compiler. You can watch more videos on YouTube. I can also download this Jupyter notebook from watching the videos on the YouTube. So I suggest you to download the Jupyter notebook. Jupyter notebook is widely used and it's a very useful, very useful UI to compile the string functions. Sorry, compiling the code. Okay. So let me discuss about the type functions. First, I'm declaring the variable. It's a container. I'm telling about the sugar box. In the sugar box, we are storing the string sugar. String like the sugar is a string. Okay. X is a container. Okay. I am storing the allo in the X container. Okay. Are able to understand, guys? I hope you are able to continue with my flow. Okay. Yeah. We are containing. You are storing the allo inside the X. So let me print the type of X is. We are using the type function. Type of X. Okay, let me run the code after discussing the string functions. Okay, the num is equal to 1 2 3. Without the double quotes it cannot be a number. Without double quotes it can be a number. So we want to convert the num data type in integer data type into the string function. For converting the data type we are using the string str is equal to sorry str is equal to str of num. Okay, for we are using the Jupyter notebook as the Python compiler. So this is the example for the type functions. String of num, we are converting the num data type into the string functions and we are printing converted to string and print the s variable. What is in the string, what is in the s. So what is in the container, in the sugar container, print that sugar. Okay, that's all. Let me run the code. So what's the error in this code? Okay, the indentation error. Python is basically does not allow the indentation. That's only the disadvantages of the Python. Let me discuss about the disadvantages. There are advantages as well as the disadvantages. We can take the advantages and I can tell what are the. I will master you, yeah, full Python developer and full Python data scientist. I will definitely you to master the database by watching this video. I will motivate you to by giving all the my knowledge to you guys. So please subscribe to my video and stay tuned for more useful content in Python. You will definitely master the Python course, right? And see the output. First in the type functions we are using the type of X is string functions, and num we are using the num, we are converting the num integer into the string functions converted to string. That's a yeah, message for the user and it's in the string functions. Okay, let me show. You will not believe, guys. I will show print let me show the type of yes, right. Okay, now I'm printing. Yes, see, this is string function. This is converted to the string. Converting the integer into the string, that comes string functions. Okay, that's all about the type functions. Let's discuss about the math functions in the next session. Yes, we completed the type functions in the string. So now we are diving into the math functions. So what mean the math functions? Basically, math functions in the string types is used to perform the mathematical operations in the integer. In this, the math function returns the integer as the output. So let's dive into the math functions in detail. So in math function, there are two types. I categorized the two types and made a research of these two type functions are often and mostly used in the many more places. So first is len and second is count. So what's meant by the len? It counts the number of the characters in a string, including a space and the special characters. So it returns the output as the integer, and it will count the number of characters in the string. It will count, yes, let's take an example of Kishore. It will count K, I, S, H, O, or E. There are 7 and return 7 as the output. It gives the output as the integer. So that's all for the length functions. And for count functions, it counts how many times a particular substring appears in the main string. So if you want to count a particular character or the substring in the main string, so there comes the count function. So where there is a use cases, it counts how many times the word error appears in the log file. So there is a file and it counts how many times the error. It is a real world example. I'm showing the real world example for you guys. So it counts how many times the word error appears in the log file. So that's it for the math functions. So we are diving into the practical examples. After diving into the practical examples, we are diving into the transformation functions. So dive into that. Let's dive into the practical examples. So without practical knowledge, there is no knowledge. So I'm giving the practical example. So let's dive into guys. So in the practical knowledge of the math functions, we are diving in the two types of the functions. Let me discuss in the previous session, right? And the length count. So let's taking the message. I'm taking the container as a message and giving the in the container as allow. Now we want to print the length of the message, giving the user to the it's a message to the user. It's a length of the message and give using the function as len of the messages. Okay, fine. Let me discuss the output in the end of the session and let me give the count functions. Count functions word count. Let me take the container of the word, naming the container as the word and giving the container in the container as the string of banana. So in the print functions, I'm giving a user to count of a, and let me tell the let me tell in the previous section, next session, next video about the escape sequences. Let me I will master you by giving all the content and giving me all the knowledge in the Python. So subscribe to the Kishorelytics channel and giving the print the count of a, giving the word dot. It's a access we are giving using the class in the previous seeing the previous video. For accessing any container, we will without remembering the previous videos, we can't able to understand and we can't able to remember, right? Revising for recalling and gives a more confident in the Python course. So I'm always recalling and remembering you guys. So word dot count of in the word count how many letters of a. So it will count how many letters of a. It will gives the output as an integer. So let me run the code. See, length of the messages is 5. So yes, hello, H, E, L, L, O. There are 5 letters in the message. So okay, and let me discuss the count functions. In the count functions, count how many letters of the A in the banana. There are 3 A's in the banana. So that's it for the math functions. Let's dive into the theory part of the transformation functions. Yes, guys, we completed the two types of the string. I categorized the six into the 6 types of the string functions. We completed the two types. So in the third session, we are in the third types of the transformation functions. So What's mean the transformation functions? As we are discussing in the previous session, right? Transforming from one string into the another type of the string, there comes the transformation functions. So hereafter we are complete the for total theory part in this session. It was completely totally theory part of the session and converting the practical into the another session. Both I am giving the both practical and theoretical knowledge to you guys. In exams, we are, if you wanna take my notes also, I am giving the notes in the description box, and we are building the own website for the Kishorelytics. You can tell what are the needs of the Kishorelytics YouTube website in the comment section. Let me know, and I will definitely read your comment, right? And giving the odd symbol to your comments. And in this session, we are discussing the transformation functions. So replace of old comma new. This is syntax for replace functions. It substitute the old function with the new functions. Let me tell with the example. It will convert the replace. I want to convert the allow into message. So allow world into allow. Let me tell about allow guys. Okay, allow world into allow world. I will definitely give the practical knowledge to you guys, so don't be messy about that. I'm just showing about the syntax, giving the allow world into allow. So I want to give the double quotes, so allow guys. Okay, that's it for the replace function. It will definitely replace the allow world into the allow guys. That's it for the replace function. And in the transformation function, we use the two mathematical operators as a string function. If you want to combine the string function, the plus is used for the communication concatenation, and star is used for the repetition of the strings for multiple times. If you can give, for example, if we want to print, right, a plus b, it will give the output as the ab. This is the output. It will give ab. Okay, fine. Let me give string is in the single quotes or in the double quotes. So I am giving the single quotes for it will print as the output as ab. Star, if you want to print the one name as the multiple times, you can use the star operator. Print print message I want multiple times. I can use any type of zeros, any type of number. It will print definitely, but it will take the time efficient. I will also teach the time efficient, code efficient, space complexity, time complexity, 0 of n. I will give my entire knowledge to you guys, so don't worry about that. Let me tell the detail about that in the future more videos. So, and the next, right, called as split functions, breaks a string into a list based on a delimiter. If you want to, if it will be mostly used in the input function, combination of input function with the split function gives a better result, right? Let me show the input functions. If you want to get the input functions by separating a delimiter by a comma or a space, you can use the split functions. If you want to, let me use the map function and get the input into comma input of, so sorry, let me, sorry, yes, input dot split functions. Here use the split functions. We are splitting the input as comma and giving the comma and closing this, right? This can be used in widely in Python. So let me show you a practical example for the split functions in the later session. And now we are discussing about the indexing and the slicing. What is meant by the indexing? Look, I tell about the indexing in the first more videos. In the first more videos, a b, let me split the word into this. A gives for the 0. I'm giving the index as a0 and b2 c3. Okay, fine. Now see, we are giving the index and basically starts with the 0 and giving the a as a 0. It means from 0 to n, what type of length of the n? Length n minus 1. Okay, fine. There are 4 types of giving. I always give the formula to the index also. I will remember about that. I'm giving the length of the word minus 1. That comes the index. Okay, fine. And basically, index acts as a single character. If you want to access a single character by using the indexing, that can also done in Python. And slicing extract the portion using the start end, using the start is to end. It will also, yes, start. It will comes with start end. Also a step also most it's often used, right? This there comes also start step. It will use in the looping. Right, I'm recalling by teaching the few contents and recalling the few contents. So that will gives a confidence to you guys. And repeat function, so that's all. If you want to repeat the character string, there comes a star. And if you want to concatenate means joining. If you want to join the two strings into the single string, there comes a plus operator. If you want to split by using the delimiter, there comes split functions. And if you want to, there are two types: indexing and slicing. In the indexing, we can access a single character. In slicing, we can access a particular range to start is to end. So the use case, the real world use cases of the transformation functions are extract the domain from the email using the split and splicing. We are, as the user enter the string function as email in the input data, and we want to extract the in email domain from the email, and we want to slice it. Right, there comes the transformation functions. And so let me discuss about the fourth type in the let me discuss about that in detail. So the fourth types are the cleaning functions. It may be the strip, L strip, or strip. If you want to strip means what's in the tree strip? There are the lot of trailing spaces in the string, right? Strip is used to remove the white space. It is especially for you stripping them. Stripping means stripping the white spaces from the string. Strip, L strip, R strip. As the name itself suggests, the L strip is also for the left strip, and right strip is also for the right. R strip is also for the right. Else right shift. Okay, if you want to remove the steps from the beginning, you can use the strip functions. If you want to from the left, you can use the L strip, and if you want to beginning with the R right function, right side, so you can use the R strip. And if you want to convert the lowercase into the uppercase into the lowercase, there comes the specially functions like lower and upper. Convert the text into the lower or the upper cases for normalization. So for email is always basically in the lower case, and name is always considered as a uppercase. We can use the cleaning the data for before comparing and saving in the databases. Right. I'm teaching SQL as in the previous session. So let me dive into the search functions. In the search functions, if you are used in the checks how a string begins or ends. Starts with starts with and ends with. If you want to check how the string begins, it begins with the K or it ends with the E. That comes as string Kishore. That comes as Kishorelytics, founder and the CEO of the Kishorelytics. That comes as starts with and ends with. If you want to check how the sentence starts and how the sentence ends, it's very useful for checking the file types or the formats. So find function. There are a lot of letters in the file. There are a lot of letters and strings in the file. If you want to search the find, if you use the find function, you can find easily the first match. It will give the first match only. If it not found, it will return the -1. Okay, fine. In keyword, it is a keyword. Keyword this can be does not be used as a variable name. Okay, this is the quick tip for you guys. And in is used for the check if a substring exists in a string. If a substring there comes so let me give the example. That's a let me take the main string as a Kishorelytics, and if the substring as a Kishore for sorry if yes I mean let me store here Kishore as a in one variable, first variable, and storing Kishorelytics in the first variable and storing the Kishore as a second variable. If you want to find if C2 in the C1, it print yes. It will check if the Kishore is in the Kishorelytics. Okay, that comes the function. The use cases for the search functions check if an email contains an @ there is a if you get an email from the user, that comes @ functions. The email contains @ functions, that comes that function. So let me give the validation sixth type as a validation functions. It will validate what type of the functions and what type of the character in the string. Okay, fine. It will give the is alpha, is numeric. That type there are two types that is oftenly used, right? Is alpha, is numeric. What is mean the is alpha? Is the given the string is the alphabet or the letters. It mean by the characters or the letters. No numbers or no special characters doesn't allow with the is alpha. it will return true. It's a boolean function, right? It is alpha and is numeric is a boolean function. It will return true if all the characters are the letters, and if it returns false, there is a special character or any numbers in the string. Is numeric, it will return true if the string contains only the digits. If you want the string with let me discuss about the first example. In the string function, we are giving the num as the num is equal to 1 to 3, and let me check the if you is numeric of. Let me show a practical example for you guys. And in the real world use case for the is numeric is that ensuring the user input is only numeric before mathematical operations. If you yes, we can use a string function and use in the mathematical operations. Okay, and I am giving the pro tips for you guys. Combining methods. Allow strip dot upper. It will use the output as before entering the string. There are two white spaces in the allow. It will strip first. It will strip means it remove the white spaces and it will convert into the uppercase. We can combine the many more string functions into one. Strings are zero index. First character is at the position 0. Let me give the example for the ABCD. I will give the characters as it will begin the index as always begins with 0. Yes, if we want to gain all the knowledge about the string functions, go to the compiler. You can use dir of string. You can use the directory of the string. It means the directory of the string to discover all the string functions in the Python. So most functions, and the fourth tip as the most functions returns new strings due to the immutability. Most functions returns new strings due to the immutability. It will use the another string because as we discussed about the first section itself, the string is the immutable. If you what's meant by the immutable, it cannot be changed or be replaced. So it will give the new strings, right? That's all about the theory part. Let me discuss the string functions in the practical part. Okay, guys, let me see. Let me dive into the practical part. Welcome to the practical part of the string functions. So let me discuss about the two types of the string functions in the previous session itself. Now this is the old practical part for another 4 type of the string functions. Right? I definitely tell you this is the best tutorial for the string functions, and this is the best video of the Kishorelytics channel, and this is the very longest video of the Kishorelytics channel. So welcome guys, and in the third transform, we are in the third type of we can use the transformation functions, and the first type is the replace function. As we discussed about the theory part in the previous video, right, previous session, and we are giving a text, taking the container and naming it as the text, and giving the value and giving the string as the allow world to the text container, and it will print. It will replace the allow world into the Python allow Python. Okay guys, let me discuss about the output as a output at the last. If you want to combine the A is taking the A as the container, giving the H to the A container, and taking the B container, giving the I to the B container. It will print concatenation of A plus B. The plus operator is used to join the A plus B. Okay, fine. That's comes the I functions. The output is the I. And the split functions, if you want to split the split by the delimiter, there comes the split functions. Data is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 3. If you want to split by comma, data dot split functions, giving the inside the split function, if you are giving a delimiter as comma, it will give the output. Let me give the suspense. Let me take the suspense to the output. Okay, fine. If you want to repeat the so that is Sasikima's ideal laughing technique. So I take an example as the laugh. Laugh is equal to Let me print the laugh as 2. No, the Sasikima will tourist family hero. Ideal is 10. Let me give the 10 as the Okay, fine. And indexing. If you want to access the C from the cat, there comes the indexing. Indexing is always begins with 0. So if you want to see, if you want to give the animal. So we are discussing about the theory session. So please make sure to watch the theory sessions very. Without theory, there is no practical. Without practical, there is no theory. So combining of this will give them better knowledge and better confidence for you guys. And slicing. Print characters from 2, it will print the animal characters 1 into 3. Okay, fine. it will print the 1 to 3. That means it will print from A to A T, but does not have the 3, so it will use nothing, right? Let me try to run this code. Okay, fine. Yes, replace the world with Python. Yes, giving the hello world as a text input text, and it will be replaced as hello Python. And the second part, in the concatenation as giving the a plus b is as I. And if you want to split by the comma, yes, giving the strings, yes, 1 comma 2 comma 3, it will be splitted. And repeated strings, yes, repeated string for multiple times, we can use the asterisk symbol or the star symbol. Animal functions, sorry, indexing for indexing. If you want to find the c, giving the animal as a 0, see there comes the c. Okay, c functions. And characters, for characters, it will print the at from the cat from for 1 is to 3. Slicing starts with 1 is to 3, start is to end. Okay, fine. So let's dive into the cleaning session. For cleaning the messy data into, so there are few more white spaces before the allow. So we want to delete the white spaces into the allow. So what can be used? Let me think. So yes, Kishore can be told that removing the white spaces can be done by the strip functions. So we are using the strip functions. Okay. Print strip both sides, right? Messy comma strip. We are in the accessing the variable. In the variable, do the strip function. Strip function is used to remove the white spaces, right? If you want to strip from the left side, there comes the L strip, left messy dot L strip functions. And R strip, if you want to begins with the R, there will be the white spaces after the allow. They are coming the right strip, right messy dot R strip functions. Yes, and if you want to convert the allow into the lower case, there comes the lower functions. And by accessing the variable and giving the lower function, it will definitely convert into the lower functions. And upper function is used to convert the allow into the low H E capital letters, right? Let me try to, this is a small practical part. Okay, let me try to, yes, we got it right. And yes, and the strip functions before allow, we are removed that allow, it will give the right allow. After the allow, it will give left strip. We are using the left strip. Both this also begins with the L. So that there is, I will telling you, there is a L strip, and L strip doesn't the best job, but I will telling you guys there is a L strip, so I will give the better knowledge to you. And R strip, with there you can see there is no space that can be, that doesn't be shown. And if you want to convert the lowercase allow, sorry, and uppercase allow. Okay, fine. So that is for the cleaning section. Let's me dive into the search section. Search, if you want to find, starts with, it's a boolean function. I have will tell about the, it's a boolean function in the previous section, in the previous theory part itself. So greet, let me take a greet as a variable and as a container, and giving the container to the allow as a sugar, giving the allow as a sugar. And it will, I want to print, right, starts with E. Let me giving the user, it's let me give the user's message, right? So it starts with E. Okay, greet dot, it starts with E. What type of the stub string is be used? Okay, fine. Yes, allow is it will definitely give the output as a true, because it starts with HE, right? So it ends with, let me give it, let's ends with, it ends with yellow. Definitely it ends with yellow. So like, let me greet dot ends with of yellow. Okay, fine. And for find functions, text is equal to allow. So if we want to find the it will give the first occurring it will give the index of first occurring element in the allow. So first element occurring is the, let me take give the H E O. So it will definitely give 2 as the output. So I want to check A in cat. Category means print A in cat. It will find A in cat. Okay, let me give the output to you guys. Okay, fine. It will find, see, taking the cat as the longer string, giving the A as the shorter string. It will find is A in the cat string in the cat. Okay, it will definitely give yes, it will definitely give the true, and I'm as well as said it will definitely give the output as the 2 because the L, the first occurring L is the in the second index, right? It's ends with yellow, right? It's yes, it definitely ends with yellow. And is it starts with the achi? Yes, it starts with achi. And it will is a boolean functions. It starts with and ends with is a boolean functions. So I am giving the boolean functions to you guys. So that's it for the set functions. Let me dive into the last session, last for this video, but last but not least, it will okay, it is used for the validation alpha string. So let me, it's also a boolean functions or yes, it will check whether the alpha string contains only the alpha letters, alphabetic letters, or the letters, or the letters. Okay, so alpha string, giving the taking the alpha string as a container, giving the allo as a sugar. So uh, print, it will print is numeric to the user, and it will string alpha dot string is alpha. It's checking whether it's the alphabet or the non-alphabet. So okay, let me show the output as the letter. And num string, taking the num as the 1 2 3 digit, it will check only the numbers. It will check if it finds the numbers, it will return true, or it will return false if it doesn't find the digit. Sorry, if it return false if it finds the digit. Okay, let me try to run the code. Yes, it oftenly give the true because allo is as it's allo in the string allo, there is only a alphabetic letter, right? In the second part is numeric. Yes, it's always there is no letters in the num string variable. So that's it for the, it will, so it will give the true. So that's it for the session, practical session. So that's it guys. If you want to find, if you find this video useful, please make sure to subscribe the Kishorelytics and like, please press the like buttons. I hope I will give the better knowledge about the string functions, and I hope all you guys understood the string functions. Thank you guys.